University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Touchdown! Stewart! Yeah, I got your speed right here.
Hey, ball corner 10, outside punt. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
What's the deal, Doug family? I am Kenjon alongside my brother Jay Stu, and of course, we want to welcome you to another episode of the Ducks of a Feather podcast. Listen, week 4 in the books, baby. Lock them in, get them done, throw them out. That's exactly what we did. Ducks end up defeating Oregon State 41-7. I thought it was going to be a much bigger blowout than that. I was expecting that, but Oregon State came out to play in that first half. So shout out to Oregon State in this let me say it correctly, the rivalry game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those guys. But before we get into ball, before we get into any of that, you know I got to check on my brother. How we doing, my guy? How was our weekend?
I'm good, man. The Panthers won. Oregon won.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, we out here vibing, man.
What do the Panthers have to do with this?
You know what? It has nothing to do with any of it. But you want to know something?
Talk to me.
The Oregon program developed a guy that went to Oregon. 2 guys that went to Oregon.
A couple guys.
A
couple guys.
That went to the Carolina Panthers.
I guess
that's what this has to do with it.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at what you did right there.
This is Panther West.
I like that. Panther West. Yeah. You got Death Row East. You know, you got the West. Yeah. I like that. TDE East. We got Panther West. You know what I'm saying? I was on the field talking to Dino Filion, and I didn't know Dino was in Carolina. I had no idea. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he was a Panther. He was a Panther.
He was a Panther?
That's why I said a couple guys. Yeah.
That's Panther West for sure.
Yeah.
Is that where he learned how to cook?
It might be. Listen, fans, I don't know if y'all have had the opportunity to eat Dino Filion's barbecue, but listen, if you haven't, you need to go get it. I don't know why Dino does not have a restaurant in Eugene, Oregon. I'm confused by that. I understand.
It sounds like an opportunity, is what you're saying.
It is, and we need to go talk to Dino. Because there isn't a good soul food spot in Eugene or Springfield, in my opinion, unless there's one that's popped up since I've been gone, but I've heard nothing about it, so it can't be that good if it is, and no disrespect. But yeah, Dino, go ahead and open up you a spot, brother. Get you a food truck or something, because your food is fire. That food is special. That mac and cheese, the brisket. Listen, I can go out. I'm getting hungry. I'm starting to sell it. My mouth is starting.
I'm hungry right now. It's lunchtime over here.
Yeah, no, it's breakfast time all day long over here. All day long.
Oh, you're a breakfast guy, huh? You're a big brunch guy.
What? I'm a brunch.
I'm a brunch guy too.
I'm a Benner guy.
Brenner?
Yeah, Benner. Yeah, breakfast for dinner. Absolutely. So yeah, okay. So got the Ducks winning, got the Panthers winning. What else went on this weekend?
Nothing much else, man. Went to my daughter's soccer game. They tied. Going to a game, watching a game and leaving with a tie. Still getting used to that because it happens often in soccer. So bear with me. But got a chance to just hang out at the house with family, man. It was a good weekend.
Listen, I don't know if this is just the old school cat in me or if I became this way over time. I think a tie is the worst thing in sports history. Like,
it is.
What do you mean tie? No. You either win. Listen, call me Ricky Bobby. You either first or you last.
Yeah, it's like where. So we tied. So who won though?
Right. What do you mean? Who won? What do you mean tie?
Like we had more yards, right?
What?
So like
who won the game?
We had more goal attempts, right? Like.
I don't, and I guess soccer. No, I don't get it. I don't. We gonna play till somebody win. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah.
We gonna play till somebody win. That's what we doing. Anyway, yeah, man. So shout out. Good weekend, you say?
Mm-hmm. How about you, man? What you do this weekend?
Man, busy weekend. Was actually out in the city of Eugene, out in the Emerald Valley, and boy, it was a beautiful time out there. Got the chance to see some old faces, reconnect. Got a chance to go out on Lake Dexter, get out there and get some wake surfing in for a little bit.
Lake Dexter?
Yeah. I used to go to...
What's Lake Dexter?
Listen, I didn't know about it neither. It was my first time going, but it was absolutely beautiful. Oregon is very scenic, right? And this is a great time of year. But the water, I had that wetsuit on. I'm not getting it.
Oh, yeah, it was cold?
What? I'm not getting in no water without a wetsuit. And I'm a germaphobe. So, you get in them lakes.
Yeah.
I need to be covered. And I ain't talking just by the Lord, okay?
Yeah, I'm not talking about no blanket.
Yeah.
I'm talking about covers.
Yeah, so got out there, man.
Yeah, Lake Dexter, that looks nice.
Oh, man, it's beautiful, bro. Beautiful. I'm typically a Cottage Grove lake guy, but the water's low there. But got a chance to get out there, got on the boat, got some wake surfing in. Went up, me and my boy Chris woke up early one morning when ran Mount Pisgah, and boy, I thought I was out of here, Stu. Elevation up there, I thought my lungs was giving out. I thought I was out of there. I thought I was out of there.
So you out of shape.
Huh?
All that running you're doing, you out of shape.
No, but see, here's the thing. I haven't ran. But here's the thing. See, what happened was I hadn't really been running consistently for like the past month. I ended up hurting my back a little while back. So I had to sit down, but I got to get back going because I'm going to start preparing here very soon to run a marathon at the top of the year. Couple marathons next year. My goal is to hit 2 to 3 marathons next year. LA Marathon, Eugene Marathon, and one more after that. And I got to start preparing for this High Rocks season because High Rocks is coming back around. So your boy, I'm a hybrid athlete, dude. I do it all, okay? From football to basketball, to golf, to running, to whatever you want, I can do it. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. But the weekend was great.
Hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid athlete. Some people hate that term, but it is what it is. Had the opportunity again, ran Mount Pisgah, beautiful, and again the views, bro, just majestic, right? That I'm really a country boy. I'm really an outdoors guy, so that really filled my spirit, made me feel really good to be out there, breathe that fresh air in, see the views, see the sunrise, and all of that. But then I had to get to work, Stu. Was out there with the Big Ten this weekend. Got the opportunity to do the tailgate show with my guy Tyvis and Cam, who's a ex-Oregon player. She played volleyball, went on to Washington State and finished her collegiate career up there. Had a great time with those guys and just laughing, playing around, shooting it back and forth. I can't say it. My grandma made it.
Shooting the poop.
Shooting the stuff back and forth. Got a chance to go up in the booth up there with Jake and those guys. So called the game for a little bit. Did some sideline hits with Brooke. So it was just a busy time. I got to film the opening for the tailgate show. I got to ride the Harley.
I saw that too,
man. Let's
talk about that.
Listen,
did you drive the Harley or did you ride?
I didn't drive the Harley, right? So okay. My hands wasn't wrapped around his waist. You know what I'm saying? But no, when we went out there, the original plan was for me to drive the Harley, but the Big Ten said, not so fast, my friend. No insurance for that. We're not doing
on their watch.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, that on that watch.
And so I ended up had to, be a backseat passenger, wrapping my arms around. So I told Matt, he's a phenomenal dude. Shout out to Matt. Had a great opportunity meeting him and chopping it up with him. I told him, I said, okay, so this is what we gonna do. I'm going to wrap my hands around your waist and I'm putting my cheek on your back and I'm just going to smile and we going to ride. He started laughing.
Yeah, you just leaned in. Sometimes you just got to lean in.
Yeah, man. No, it was a beautiful time messing around with the duck. Got to, me and the duck had some conversation yet again.
Yeah.
Had some good conversation.
What he was talking about? He was talking
about his head falling off, right? Because I kept giving him stuff. I'm like, bro, right out the gate? Like, were we not prepared? Were we not prepared for the moment?
How did he say it, though?
How did he say it?
How did he say it?
Well, he's real quiet. But then,
so he was
real quiet about it. He was embarrassed. I get it. I understood. I get it. So I had to build him up. But then he told me to back up off of him. So I had to back up off of him. I said, my fault. This your world. I'm just a squirrel searching for a nut.
He's tired of hearing about his head.
He was tired about
it.
Huh? He turned up on me. So I said, listen, you right. I'm just a squirrel in your world looking for a nut, brother. I apologize.
Yeah.
But I had a great time out there, man. Super dope opening. Everybody loved it. Then got the opportunity to kind of sit and watch the game. And, of course, we got that dub. So I can't complain. It was an absolute beautiful weekend, great weekend. Again, anytime you can get back to Eugene, see familiar faces, eat some good food.
What did you eat?
You know what I ate?
Delco.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mandatory. I ordered.
Mandatory.
I had 4 batches of cookies during my 4 days there.
Man, I'm hungry, dog. Let's move on.
I literally had 4 batches of cookies, too. I tried. I'm a sugar cookie guy, right? From Doko. But my sis family, Hannah Hughes, not Hannah. I'm sorry, Caitlin. She was like, her mom was like, "Have you tried the oatmeal?" I said, "No." For what? She said, "No. You need to try the oatmeal."
I had the oatmeal. I remember when I was out there last year.
Yeah, but I never have.
I told you that. I told you said I ain't eating no oatmeal
Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Man, look, you was like, nah, I ain't eating no oatmeal. You tried to make me feel like I was pitiful.
You was wrong. You was dead wrong. And I felt like a cheater. I felt like I was cheating when I ordered them oatmeal cookies, okay? But I had Doko. I went over to Taylor Coffee Roasters. You know that. Went there twice. Got me that honey, I think it's a peanut butter honey toast with the granola and a banana.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, you did a whole little content
piece
on Instagram.
Listen,
I saw a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a creator.
Yeah, go ahead and show everybody what's in Eugene.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to expose the world to the greatness that is Eugene, Oregon, okay? It's a hidden gem. But yeah, then I went to Chiefs. I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
Go get me that burnt end tip sandwich with the barbecue sauce and that fried sauce on there with the grilled onions. It was delicious. Oh, and I feel like my inner obese person is coming out of me right now. I had some bread pudding from there, Stu. Some bread pudding. Listen, and mind you, bread pudding is my favorite dessert. Favorite by far. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it was absolutely sensational. Oh my gosh. I could taste it right now. My mouth is sensational. Yeah, man, just a great time. It's always a good time to be back out there in the Emerald Valley, man. The sun was shining, the skies was blue, the weather was great. Yeah, just a beautiful
Was
time.
it weird playing seeing the Oregon State Beaver uniform in the stadium with the weather perfect?
You never get used to that. And I was actually having a conversation with some people about that. I was like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, this is not a game that's supposed to be in September. This is a game that, again, this game has been the determining factor of so many crucial moments. Outcome, you know what I'm saying? Like, this game was determined whether or not we went to the national championship. This game determined whether or not we went to the Rose Bowl. This game determined whether or not we won the Pac-10. Like, this was that game. You know what I'm saying? And it was, again, it's a game where it doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter who's ranked higher. It's going to be a game, maybe for a little bit, because like my dog Mixon said, and Betcher, you might play with your big brother for a little bit, but then you're gonna learn to go sit down somewhere, right? And so that's
go sit down somewhere.
Go sit down.
Sit your butt down.
Go sit down. But it was weird, and it is weird. It's warm. People got shorts and T-shirts on. I'm like, nah, this is
supposed to be bundled up.
This is
supposed
jacket,
to be cold outside.
Scarf, glove. I can see my
nose.
Yeah, I can see my breath. I'm by a heater. This is not the weather. This is it. So no, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. But nevertheless, the fact that game is still being played, right, when so many other rivalries have come to an end because of conference realignments and all of that stuff. So I'm glad to see that game still going and still thriving because it's so important to the state of Oregon, and those two colleges.
They are taking a week off, or they're taking a year off.
Yeah, taking a year off. But it's coming right back, though. It's coming right back.
Yeah.
And again, I'm glad.
Maybe they'll get some time to get some better players on their team.
Boy, they need it. I'm standing on the field and I'm talking to Dino. And I want to say Mary Kate. Shout out to Mary Kate. That's my girl, work for the Big Ten Network. That's my dog right there. I'm looking at her and she looking at me. I said, this looks like a junior college. Like this don't even look like a D1 team. Again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not. But I'm telling you, like, exactly. I'm like, these are high school kids. Like this not a D1 team. And so, yeah, I hope something NIL is completely, and I know this is kind of taboo right now, right? So, but it's changing the game. It's changing college football because it's the haves and the have-nots. And it's schools that are being left behind that were once, I won't say dominant schools, but they were prominent. These were schools that these games mattered, and when you played, you could see players. The Jaquiz Rogers, the James Rogers. The list goes on and on of guys that Steven Jackson, Ocho, TJ Hushmanzada.
Yeah.
guys went to these schools, and now with the landscape and the way that it's changed, it's hard for certain schools to keep up. So it's sad to see. But at the end of the day, hey, you got to give it the times, baby. But let's get off of that. Let's
Yeah.
keeping
Ain't
the
no
main
problem.
ain't no problem. Keeping the main thing, and moving on with today. Let's get to this game. What did you think?
I thought, and I still think that we were the better team. But one of the things that I wanted to pay attention to was, will we give them anything, right?
Mhm.
And will we be able to at least show in a quick manner that we can correct, the exercise? And the exercise is stopping the run. It's going to be either our downfall or we overcome certain elements. And I'm not concerned because we did turn the page in that game really quick. They had that drive where they did get some gains there. And it was just basically containment, right? And allowing guys to come in and run fit. Whenever you see explosive plays, it's all about the run fits. Guys knowing where they're supposed to be. And when you're able to have your edges contain, you squeeze those fits, you squeeze those gaps, and it makes it more, you just have better, I don't know what the word is. You just have better recognition of you have better recognition of where you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to fit when those things are tighter. And we did that. My only problem is that, again, you're putting it on tape.
Yeah.
And you give $5 to professional investor. You give $5 to an entrepreneur, a guy on the stock market. He's going to make money out of it, and that's Penn State. You give $5 to a guy that's just out of college or right out of high school. He's going to go spend it. That's Oregon State, little brother, right? And so you expect them to figure those things out on the run or and during the game, right? Because it's Oregon State. Penn State's a whole different breed. And so as I was watching this game, I was basically watching it, trying to make sure that I'm paying attention to certain things that a Penn State, scout or a coach would be sitting here watching the film and basically saying, okay, this is how we can attack them next week. This is what we'll be ready for next week. And the running game support has to be better out the gate, because if it's not good out the gate, it can represent a problem for them in the long term.
Yeah.
But I was okay with how they were able to respond throughout the game. I loved the fact that we are still capable of running the ball. Noah Whittington wasn't out there. I got to see some Kai Hughes.
You big on
And
Makai,
De'Ara
ain't
Hill
you?
is still De'Ara Hill. Huh?
I said you big on Makai, ain't you?
No, just more so just, he's a guy that I hope that he finds some success, right?
Yeah.
Because the nation was blowing him up without without him asking for it necessarily, right? Besides him wanting to go to a good school. And they basically gave him the keys to the kingdom before anything
That
was
part.
said or done,
Yeah,
right?
I
And
get
so
that. I get that.
for him to be a player and to be able to have an opportunity to showcase, like, okay, there's flashes here. So it's just the fact that this RB room is just deep, right? That's what I enjoyed watching on Saturday. Obviously, being a running back, just seeing these guys eat, right, and making these games go off faster, because it's
Yeah.
boring to watch, right?
It's
After a while, you're watching big brother play little brother. The only difference is now is that big brother moved out of the house. We moved out of the Pac-12. It's like big little brother still want to hang out. You got time for that?
being right in line with you, I wanted to see us stop the run. And again, there was some times where it was like, okay, stop the run. Okay, stop the run. But we did it. But it was great to see, and it's great to continue to see Decorian come alive. Continue to make
everything
big,
that's advertised.
yeah, continue to make big plays, continue to show up in moments. And you're slowly, not you, we all are slowly but surely seeing Decorian come into his own. We're slowly starting to see that relationship between Dante Moore and between Decorian develop. And we're starting to see the chemistry develop. It's great. And it's amazing to see how Dante involves everyone in the offense, because it's very easy when you have a guy like Decorian Moore, you have a guy like Sadiq, for those to be my primary targets on all plays. Want to go there and want to go there. But the fact that you're getting 5 and 6 guys and 7 guys the ball each and every game, that keeps everybody in that room happy, and that makes guys want to come out and play hard, not just from a receiver standpoint, but in the run game, blocking and doing all of that stuff. So that was really good to see. I love to see Gary Bryant Jr. come alive in this game at the receiver spot. He had a great game, went there, got off, made some big plays. He got in and did some things with the ball in his hand, so that was really good to see. Obviously, Kenjon Sadiq is who he is and continues to show up. And I want to get to that running back room. That's a conversation to start having now, right? Because we're at a point in the season now where you have to start deciding who's going to redshirt and who's not. And so you're past that 4-game mark. So anything after this, that redshirt year is being burnt. So when you have them 2 young bucks, and not Decorian, but you have those 2 young guys in Dier and Jordan, what are we going to do there? Because that is the future. And we want to have those guys here as long as possible. But you also have Noah, you have Jay, you have Jaden, who stepped in over the past 2 games with Noah being out and was very effective. I love what I've seen from him in the run game this past week. You really got to see him get comfortable, make cuts, and bounce off tackles. Like this running back room is absolutely outrageous from a depth standpoint.
Yeah.
You got to see guys. Listen, Stu, there is a player on defense that I am absolutely in love with. I'm going to give you 2.
Oh, I already know who it is.
Talk to me.
Is it Jerry Mixon?
No. I like Mix. Mix, stay in the mix.
Yeah, he do. Is it Bryce Batcher?
No, that's my guy. He's standing at the linebacker spot.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go to that back. I absolutely love Aaron Flowers. I absolutely love this dude's tenacity on defense. I love his mentality. I love his attitude. This dude is coming downhill, flying, and does not stop. Listen, we gonna meet, and you gonna feel me.
Yeah, we meeting at the line of scrimmage as fast as possible.
You gonna feel me. I may get up hurting a little bit, but I promise you gonna think about me every time that ball. You gonna want to see where Deuce 1 is.
Yeah.
Dude is absolutely.
He kind of gives me TJ Ward vibes.
Yeah, smaller version.
Yeah, smaller version TJ. Boss Ward. There's only one of you. But it's always good to be able to give the fans something to like, okay, I know what you're talking about. I know what we can expect out of this guy.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what you want. You want guys that are going to hit. Especially you got to get your pads warmed up for next week.
Boy, you got to listen. As Coach Oz used to say, your piss better be hot, okay? Your piss better be hot come next week.
Be hot. Go take your game pee and be ready to go.
Piss better be hot. No, this was we didn't get to see a lot from our defensive line this game, right? We had no sacks this game, which was surprising to me. Again, going against that offensive line, going against that offense, I expected more there. But nevertheless, we got the job done. One of the low marks of the game, the low lights, as one of my coaches used to say, we got highlights and we got low lights. My guy, Gary Bryant Jr., you know that I love you. You know that I rock with you. You know that I'm for you. We have to get comfortable at that punt return spot. It is crucial. That was a game, and you had ample opportunities to make plays in a return game. And we need to understand as punt returners, kickoff returners it's 2 different mindsets. It's 2 different mentalities, right? Kickoff return, I want to be smart. I want to pay attention to the hang time of the ball. I want to pay attention to the speed of the kickoff unit. That's going to determine whether or not I bring the ball out. There's a lot that goes into kickoff return, but punt return, it's like getting up to the bat, and I want to swing every single time because every yard that I gain on punt return is beneficial for my offense. We have to stop letting that ball hit the ground. There were too many punts on Saturday where you had room, you had opportunity, but we're not comfortable enough to get up under the ball and catch it. And so what that says to me is he needs more reps. He needs more reps at practice. We need to see more balls off the foot in practice. I don't know if they're more focused on the jugs. I hate the jugs for a punt returner. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's not real.
It's not realistic.
No, it's not. And there was a couple again that he just let hit the ground. But if you catch it, you got action. There was one in particular where we were kicking towards the big scoreboard. They were punting towards the big scoreboard, the new scoreboard. And he had an opportunity to catch that ball on like the 15-yard line. He chose to let it bounce, and it took a bad bounce. And now that drive ended up starting on the 7-yard line. 15 to that is it. Now you kind of close the playbook down, right? Because I got to create some more space to give my offense room to work and function.
It's all about field position,
Yeah,
right?
it's a game of
'Cause
field position.
if you can win the field position battle, you win the game.
Yeah.
Field position, turnover battle. And you make the objective for defense and the return team is to set the offense up for success. So
Yes.
you want to put the offense in the best position to score.
Yes.
And so the best position to score is closer to the end zone, right? And you got to have a good offensive coordinator to make sure you understand what red zone means, because it gets a little tight, right? But you limit the exposure of having to march down the field and get chunk plays to continue to win that dispersion of the field position battle. So
Yeah.
you're to good punt returners, just go up there and catch it.
It's a
Secure the
confidence
punt
thing, Stu.
where it's at. It's a confidence thing, but I'll tell you something else. You gotta be cuckoo.
Yeah, you can't.
'Cause I can tell you one thing.
Absolutely.
I ain't that.
Listen.
I remember Coach Rad. Coach Rad was like, "Hey, punt return." And I went up to him. I was like, "Hey, Coach Rad, I don't feel comfortable catching punts."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, no, you're still gonna do it. You're still gonna."
He
you're
didn't.
still
Coach
gonna
Rad did not
catch these
care.
punts.
Coach Rad did not
And
care.
I was like, "Okay, but just as long as we don't put me back there to catch these punts, I'm a kickoff returner, not a punt returner."
Yeah.
And shoot, and I didn't know no better, because technically I was never going to be a punt returner, but I had to let him know.
Yeah.
I have the awareness here, Coach,
I
that
am
if you put me back there,
very
punt return,
self-aware.
you're wrong.
Very this whatever
You are
happens
wrong.
is on you. The blood is on your hand.
Because listen, I ain't got no time to be sitting there looking at who's going to be coming to hit me
Yeah.
and doing the wave and all that.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for all that.
No, you gotta have a different mentality to be at that spot. Like I was twisted. I was sick as a punt returner.
What would you think about when you go back there?
I'm about to get off. I don't care.
Yeah.
It was that simple. If that ball was in the air, I'm getting off. I don't care who's running down. And I watched so much film, Stu, that I knew who the guys were. Shout out to Cordell Patterson, one of the greatest kickoff returners in NFL history. But at gunner, he wasn't that. And when he played in Oakland, I was in Philadelphia, I didn't care how close he was. I wasn't fair catching, because I watched so much film on him. I knew, bro, you're not coming down here to make a tackle. You're coming down here hoping that your speed makes me fair catch. So now I'm going to use what you do against you. And I had the mentality, bro, if you a killer, you're going to have to show me. And if you show me, you're going to have to show me again. I would catch a ball with somebody right. I didn't care, because I didn't believe that you guys were like that. There was a couple guys.
Crazy, ladies and gentlemen.
Not sick.
You're listening to a deranged sicko.
I was sick. I was known around the league as a guy that would not fair catch. When I went to Tampa Bay, shout out to Keith Armstrong, and we would have conversation, and the player, bro, people used to tell me, bro, when we was playing you, Keith would say, I don't care what you're doing, you do not stop. He's not gonna fair catch. I don't care how close you are. That was just my mentality, and my mentality was that way because punt return is literally the longest play in all of football. And so it wasn't more so about me. Like, I had an opportunity to make the Pro Bowl in Atlanta, 2019. And my special team coordinator used to always come to me, fair catch the ball. I'm like, nah. He's like, fair catch the ball. Like you're negatively impacting like your yardage. Like you're right there for the Pro Bowl. I'm like, no. I said, I'm not going to fair catch. He's like, I need you to listen to me. I said, no. I said, you expect me to have the guys in front of me block for 9-10 seconds and then me catch the ball and there's no return? I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I said, they working they behind off to block for me.
Okay.
And I'm going to let one dude scare me out of return. I said, nah, I'm not doing it. So my average wasn't what it was, but my impact was felt not only on the Atlanta Falcons, but throughout the league. I was feared.
Yeah.
So it's a mentality thing, and you got to nurture and develop that. I used to tell guys all the time, bro, you can be anything you want in the world back here, but you can't be a coward. You could be whatever you want, but you cannot have fear back here.
Stay away. Stay away, Jonathan.
It's an absolute mentality. Like you got to have a dog. If I would have had that type of mentality at running back, I would have been a dangerous dude. I would have been a dangerous dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a mentality. And DK, we got to get the DK. Stop going left, right, left, right. I felt like I was listening to YG while you was returning that rock, my guy. My guy went right, he went
Left,
left. Nah, we gotta hit that thing. Get on your horse. You know what I'm saying?
left, to it,
Yeah.
right, to
Yeah.
it, left, to it, right, to it.
Yeah, nah, it's we just gotta get and DK has all the talent in the world. I've been saying this when I was out there in spring, I was like, that's who your returner is. Just because he has a natural ability with the ball in his hand, he's dangerous. So if he could learn to like set things up, but at a faster tempo and a faster pace, and if that left and right is still moving forward but quicker, now we cooking with something. So we
Yeah.
just got to get these guys comfortable back then because we will need these type plays as season goes on.
Well, yeah.
Now
I need it
this week, and let me digress because I could go all day long talking about special teams and punt returning. Dante Moore, 21 to 31, 305 yards, both tutties. Jaden Lamar, 12 carries, 70 yards. Dante again got involved in a run game, 7 carries for 53 yards. Jordan Davison on Bettis back there, 6 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Kai, 6 carries, 33 yards. Dejan, 5 carries, 31. These guys that room is just crazy. This team is stacked, right?
Yes.
We're starting to see more of it. A guy who we didn't see a lot from this week was Malik Benson, who has consistently showed up each and every week making big plays. But again, that speaks to the level of talent that's in this room. That speaks to the depth that's in this team offensively.
Yeah.
Just this team is loaded, and we're going to need
loaded.
every bit of that coming into this next week. And I think that's a great way to transition into talking about what we have upcoming. Listen, the tune-up games is over.
It's over with.
Everything that took place these previous 4 weeks was
Not
to
that
get you ready. Yeah, it's over with.
Puff.
Yeah, it was powder puff, brother. Let's be real. Let's call a spade and a square a square.
I was just
teams,
looking for some validation, brother. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm gonna validate you, brother. Call me the validator. I done validated your card, okay? The teams that we played prior to this, again, it was tune-up season. It was to get us prepared for what we're about to face next week up in Happy Valley against that Penn State team who, again, if we're talking offense versus defense, if we're focusing on Penn State's offense, they got a two-headed monster at running back. Now, Singleton isn't having the type of year that he was having last year, but Kenjon is an absolute monster. You have some capable guys. So I'm excited about this game because now we're going to really see where we're at and who we are. We're going to really see what type of chemistry. We're going to really see what type of discipline. We're going to really see what type of mentality. This will maybe the first game where we have to see who we are with our backs against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything throughout these first 4 games have been with us being in the driver's seat pretty much the entire time.
And that goes for both teams,
Yeah.
right? Penn State's been playing easy, soft teams as well, right? So battle-tested this is going to be a battle-tested game for both teams, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're Penn State, you have all those guys coming back from last year. You're feeling confident knowing that you have guys on the roster that know what to expect in games like this, right?
Yeah.
And you've been here before and you've lost, right? And so they might have a little bit more familiarity of what they're playing for. And it's a home game, the whiteout game. There's a lot that is at stake for them and for us. Who do you think has the true advantage when it comes to the coaching staff though? Because I wish I can be in these locker rooms. I wish I can be in these meeting rooms prior to these types of games, because if the world's betting against Oregon right now, I'm confident in Dan Lanning.
1,000%. No question about it.
He the way he's able to get these guys playing in a whole different high gear, whatever motivation, whatever tactics that, he's going throughout the week. We got a chance to see a lot of that last year with the content that they're producing. I feel like we're going to see an Oregon football team show up at Penn State, all white, and it's a party. And Oregon going to bring their own boombox. right? Y'all got that music playing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we over here, we like the song Shout. Living in their own world, you kind of have to do that with these types of games because we still don't necessarily know exactly who Oregon is. We don't exactly know who Penn State is. We have an idea because of who they were last year and the guys that are coming back. We still don't know exactly the max level of the defense, the max level of this offense, because again, once you're battle tested, once you go through things, that's when you grow. So the amount of opportunity to grow in this game is what I'm looking forward to because, again, it's what, 1/3 of the season through?
Yeah, we on our way.
We're going to exactly see what our expectations are of this team is, right? After this game.
Yeah.
And it's going to all come down to stopping the run.
1,000%.
You said it last year. You called Katron and Nicholas. You called them Decepticons. And we got to figure that out early and often because if not, it can bite us in the butt later on. And I want us to be able to, on offense, we have to be able to score.
I don't think that's going to be
Every
an
drive.
issue. Here's why. Penn State's defense is good. Their defensive front is good, right?
Secondary bad?
Their secondary is not bad at all, but there's guys that you can take advantage of. But when you look at their best defensive back, safety, whatever that in that group is AJ Harris, right? So you can assume that he will be matched up with DeCorian Moore. But this offense is so prolific and has so many weapons, whether it's J-Mac, whether it's DeCorian, whether it's Malik, whether it's Kenjon Sadiq. There's so many weapons on this offense. If you're going to offensive, defensive matchup, if we protect, that's another thing we got to tighten up.
That's what I was going to say.
Harkey had a day off that right tackle spot. There was some pressure. There was some leakage that showed up, and wrong time for it to show up. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to protect.
And also, too, we're defensive coordinator for Penn State. They paid him a lot of money to leave Ohio State.
We know what Ohio State did.
Wings, yeah.
Okay, so I got a question.
Boom.
I got a question. Do you think he plays Oregon the same exact way that he played us last year?
There's going to be tendencies, for sure. There's always going to be tendencies, right?
Now, you don't have a Caleb Downs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the depth that you had on that Ohio State team. You don't have the players. That Ohio State defense was absolutely elite.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
It was elite.
It was. So how do you
if I'm going to stop the Oregon Ducks and I'm Penn State, I got to make sure that my front four is active.
And they are. So that's where their strength is. Their strength is in that front four.
And so they absolutely are. And so what that does is it makes the secondary more capable of being in zone coverage, right? Zone, and then getting to the quarterback and getting Dante Moore off of his dot would possibly speed up things for him, right?
Right.
Because what we've seen from Dante Moore is poise in the pocket and knowing when to roll out, making the right decisions. What coverage sacks end up doing is it makes a quarterback see ghosts. So what we don't want is for them to be able to win with just 4 up front on defense, because that would cause problems for us. Right, problems for the run game if we don't figure out if we don't have lanes to run through. Because right now we've been running through a lot of good lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it hasn't been any plays where guys had to create things and make things happen. When you're averaging 5 yards per carry across the board for every single running back, kudos to the running back group, but the offensive line's doing their thing in the run
doing their job.
So when we're getting into a game like Penn State, where it is a battle-tested moment, you have to make sure that you're doing the little things, right? And the noise is going to be a factor. So communication, the atmosphere, the travel, the hype, right?
College game day being there, all of that take place, all of that.
So there's a lot of other things that go into this, especially for a group of young men that are kind of new to the table, right? Yeah, you were on the team last year, but you weren't on the field sometimes, for some of the guys, right? And then you have new additions, right? So there's just certain elements that I know that having Dan Lanning, I feel comfortable about.
And I was going to speak to that.
The only thing that Yeah, the only thing that I feel uncomfortable about is us showing film. I think we're like 45th in the nation in run defense. That ain't good.
When I was up in the booth, somebody made the comment, I just don't think they're trying to stop the run. I said, what? He said, I think they're waiting to play Penn State. I was like, and you're in the media? And you, like, this, like, you really, like,
Man,
this is,
that's your dumb man.
I keep looking to my right because that's where he was, and I see it very clear. I said, and that's like really your take? Like, that's really your opinion? I said, so you think a college team is coming out here saying, let's not stop the run so we can show it against another? I said, okay.
Yeah,
I said,
whoever that is, he needs a job.
Your intro needs to be revoked, my guy. But I was going to speak to what you just said about Coach Lanning. We've seen this, right? We've seen this team go on the road and be in environments and be in situations where we go to Michigan, we go to the Big House, we go to Wisconsin.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? I'm telling you what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. We're going to look up in that fourth quarter and we're going to be watching them leaving the stadium. We're going to jump around and we're going to make that our moment. We're going to use that to energize us. That's when you ask the questions, who has the better coaching situation, right? It's 1000% the University of Oregon. And that's not me being biased. That's just me being
biased. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me sitting back, being able to observe and put my eyes on in my ears and keep my ears open to what's being said and what's being done. No disrespect to Coach Franklin, but you have yet to be able to win the big one. You get there, but you have not done that yet. So there is a word I'm looking for. There is a paper trail of you falling short in these type of situations, not only as a coaching staff, but as a team. When I look at Coach Lanning, yeah, we had that Ohio State. That's an anomaly. We're going to leave that out there. But when you look at how he prepares his team.
Yeah, that was the Rose Bowl's fault.
But we're going to call it whatever. I mean, look, that was Ohio State's fault. But when you look at Coach Lanning and what he does and how he talks, how he motivates, how he gets these guys. Listen, the biggest battle in football is not the physical battle. It's the battle between your ears, right? If you can win this battle, if you can lock in here, the game becomes easy. And that's where Coach Lanning is the benefit to this Oregon football team. That's where he's the benefit to these players. He is a mental assassin. And what I mean by that is mentally he gets these guys to a level where elements and outside things don't affect them. So again, we will have
run
to
through walls.
You know what I'm saying? They become numb. I've already visualization, right, is one of the biggest things when you look at great athletes from Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan to Tiger Woods to LeBron, all these different athletes, they all talk about visualization and how you have to see it before you believe it. If you don't see it, it can't happen. That's what he does he gets them to a place where they can I can visually see Happy Valley. I can visually see the whiteout, the towels going. I can visually see, I'm there, I'm in that moment, I'm living it. And that's what he does with these players. That's where the advantage is. Not only that, but the amount of talent. We are a more talented team than Penn State on both sides of the ball, in my opinion. When you look at these teams and the way that they're stacked up, we are a more talented team. If we go out and execute at a high level, if we run the football, establish the run, you said it. We have to establish the run. We establish the run. We come out. I think we need to come out with some form of tempo. Get that D-line tired. I don't know if we run right at them. Maybe we run left to right for a little bit to get them tired, to stretch the defensive line, stretch the offensive line, get them tired, and now we start attacking them vertically. There's so much that we can do that will be to our benefit. I'm excited and ready.
Yeah, so offensively, we're gonna basically agree that we ain't gonna have no issues over there. Just play your game.
I'll say we said it. We have to handle that front four.
Pressures.
We have to handle that front four. That in my mind, that's the only area after seeing what I saw last week versus a lesser talented Oregon State team. That's where a slight level of concern comes in. Can we handle that front four, not just handle them every now and then, but consistently?
So the trenches, whoever wins the trenches wins this football game.
You know the saying, Stu. Run the ball.
It ain't gonna change.
Run the ball, stop the run. Control the line of scrimmage, eliminate turnovers, and we win the game. You know.
Special teams.
Be special.
Be special.
You know the coach talk. You know what it is. It don't change on no level. It don't change on no level.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere you go, baby.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, I'm feeling after talking to you about this, I've kind of like talked myself into realizing that we are potent on offense.
We are. We really are. And it's
we're probably more we're more potent this year than we were last year.
say it with some conviction and if you believe it because it's
we
true.
are more potent on offense this year than we were last year.
Now say it again. When you look into the mirror, tell me what you see.
I'm potent.
I see a bad mother who don't take nothing. Yeah. Listen, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay?
Cool runnings.
Cool runnings. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme.
Feel the rhyme.
It's bobsled. Yeah.
It's bobsled time.
When you say that, Stu, because it's real.
Yeah.
And it
is real.
Starts with Dante. It starts with Dante.
Dante is a creature. One of the things coming from that last game against Oregon State is his ability to run. And seeing that, the escapability, if I'm Penn State, I'm worried kind of like, dang, so if we do get to him, he's going to run away.
He's going to find a
You know
way.
what I'm saying? Yeah, so, yeah. We got it. This is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game.
And it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling someone's going to rise in this game that's unexpected. Because if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm trying to find the most unexpected player to show up in a game like this. Because that's where you hit them over the head, right? It could be one of the receivers. It can be, I know Jeremiah McClellan, he just scored his first touchdown this last game. It might be him, right? But that's where good offensive coordinators realize that whatever we've been showing them, we have to show them something different. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Here's when I gave my prediction on Oregon's season, my win-loss prediction on their season, I got a lot of flack for it, especially when it came to this Penn State game. Everybody was saying that I was biased. Oh, you're biased, you're biased, you're biased. And it has nothing to do. When I look at football, I look at it objectively. I don't ever place myself in a position where I'm like, no, I went here, so my expectations are unrealistic. That's not the thing. And I think for those that listen on this podcast, you can attest to that. When it's bad, I tell it. When it's bad, I say it's bad. When it's ugly, I say it's ugly. And when it's good, I say it's good. If anything, I'm more harsh on Oregon than I am on anybody else. And so when it came to my win-loss prediction of this game, I'll tell you exactly what it came down to and why. It came down to the quarterback spot. I think Drew Allar has been built up to be something that he's not. When I watch him, I don't see what the media paints. I don't see what the media says. When I watch him, I see a good quarterback. I don't see a great quarterback. I see somebody who missed a lot of throws. I see somebody who gets uncomfortable in the pocket. I see somebody who is not who we have. I believe that we have the best quarterback in the conference so far this season. And so when I look at this game and when I look at what most times football comes down to, it comes down to quarterback play. It comes down to being able to make the right play at the right time, the right throw when it's needed, and players making plays. And when I look at our quarterback, there's nobody who throws a better ball than him. There's nobody who puts a ball in spots and places where only his guy can get to it. So when outside of his errant throw that he had last week, trying to force that ball to DeCorian over the middle, we haven't seen Dante put the ball at risk. We just don't see that. I've seen Drew put that ball at risk in a lot of games. I just don't. I believe that we have a better quarterback, and we are a more profound offense, and I think we just have better players. I believe it. Even though they have the experience, right? I think we have the talent, and where we lack in experience, we gain that in our coaching, Dan Lanning and his coaching staff, and Taj, Tony T, Samp, Leak, all these different cats. That it's where we lack from a player standpoint, we gain from a coaching standpoint. I'm excited about this game. I get the opportunity to go out there. I get to be there.
Yeah.
And I can't wait, bro.
Be in that environment.
Man, I'm just one of the greatest gifts about working with the Big Ten. And I said this probably 3-4 years before I retired. Like, I want to be able to go and experience cultures, different programs, different cultures, be on different campuses. I'm excited to just go be on the campus, to go run on the campus, to be around and, feel the atmosphere, feel the environment, talk to the people, talk trash to the students and have them talking trash back to me because I'm going to be out there representing. I'm going to have some
be out there with your organ on.
I'm going to be out there. Yeah, I'm going to be out there brighter than the rainbow, okay? So, no, I'm absolutely ecstatic about this game. I can't wait. I really can't, because I think this is the game where Oregon puts the world on notice, where it wakes everybody up. Like, okay, y'all been talking about us, right? But y'all been talking about us based on who we've been playing, and we haven't really played anybody. And again, Penn State hasn't played anybody either. But now you'll have a valid reason to talk about us and say what you've been saying, because we're going to go out here and prove it.
Yeah. I like it, man. So keys to victory. We already said it, ladies and gentlemen. Stop the run the ball, no turnovers, and special team.
Be special. That's the key. Point blank, period.
Key. Point blank.
Don't allow the moment to get too big. I said this at the Rose Bowl, and I think I'll continue to say it. Sometimes players get in these games and they think that they have to do something extraordinary. You don't have to do anything extraordinary. You just have to do the ordinary things extraordinarily well.
Yeah.
Be extraordinary at the ordinary, and we will be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. And so with that being said, J. Stu, Penn State, it's about a 3.5-point favorite, my guy. 3.5-point favorite over the Duckies. And I get it. I get where the game is, you know. Happy Valley, whiteout. Happy Valley, not a place where, you know, it's so happy for teams. What we thinking?
We shouldn't even do a score prediction.
Okay.
Because last game we was off, right? But I will say this. What's the points per what they got for us?
You said what?
I think it's 52.5 over under. I'm going to go under 52.5.
Okay.
And I think we're going to win a game that feels like a football game, like a hard-nosed football game. And if we win by air attack, that's great. But I honestly feel like if we go in there and like drag them through the turf type game, that would make me feel good about moving forward after the game.
Absolutely.
Right? Because if it's anything else, if it's anything like last year and we come out with the W, I'll be happy with the W no matter what. But then I'm gonna be on edge, right? Because then it's like, oh, is this fool's gold, right?
I ain't heard that in so long.
We gotta make sure we stop the run, baby. Okay? So if we stop this run and run the ball and get up out of there, because it's a hostile environment, I ain't saying we scared of it. I'm saying we got to go in there with the mindset that we are here to shut things down.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Yeah. And here's the thing about Big Ten football. You have to be able to run the football. You have to. And you have to be. I would love nothing more, to your point, than for us to go in there and absolutely beat they ass on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
And make them one-dimensional.
Yeah. I would absolutely love nothing more for us to go out there and demoralize this defense and absolutely just smack them in the mouth, play
demoralize
after play.
them, decapitate them.
Listen, play after play after play after play. Hit them in the mouth, hit them in the mouth, hit them in the... This is one of them games where people are big on sportsmanship. I'm just not, right? I'm not one of those guys. This is absolutely one of those games where I would love nothing more for every time you knock somebody on they behind, you look at them and tell them, get comfortable, because I'm coming right back. Every single time. Get comfortable.
Girl, get comfortable.
Get comfortable.
Something you never done before.
You are about to witness and experience something that you have never witnessed before. This is the mentality. If I'm a coach on Oregon, this is the mentality that I'm in, not only just for this game, but throughout the season. We are not friends. We are not homies. I don't like, for 60 minutes, you are my absolute enemy. For 60 minutes, you do not matter to me. For 60 minutes, it's about me and mine and nothing else more. For 60 minutes, I'm putting my foot in your behind. I'm knocking you down. I'm knocking you down and I'm pushing you down. I'm keeping you down when I'm on top of you. I'm telling you what I'm doing to you. I'm telling you how long I'm going to absolutely mentally and physically whoop your behind for 60 minutes straight. That's the mentality.
Yeah, 60 minutes.
That's the mentality.
And then after the game, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna shake your hand and say, hopefully I see you at the end of the season, and get ready for it to happen again. That's it. That's it. That's the mentality. That has to be in these type of games, that has to be the mentality.
Yeah.
Listen, it's me or you. And I'm choosing me every single time.
Hey, what Coach Gibbs say? Coach Gibbs said, hey, better you than me.
Better you than me.
If it's gonna be somebody.
It's gonna be you.
It's gonna be you.
It's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. One of the greatest motivating coaches I ever had in my life, Deuce Staley. Listen, listen. It's always on the when you step on that field. It's always on the line. Deuce would make you feel like you're going to war. Deuce would make you feel like your life was literally on the line when you stepped on that football field. But that's the mentality. That's the mindset. It's you or me. It's you or me.
It ain't gonna be me.
It ain't gonna be me, brother.
It'll be you.
It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. It won't be me. So I'm excited about this game. I can't wait for this game to get here. I've had this game circled all season long. This is in a lot of ways, I feel like this is the most important game of the season, right? Because we don't play Ohio State. We don't play Michigan. Penn State gets that luxury of playing those teams, right? So this is a game that I feel like we have to win.
This is a chance for us to have to be able to like make it known that, hey, we are top 5.
Yeah, we here.
Like right now, y'all over here got us teetering 5 and 6, 7, whatever it is. But this is your chance to be able to stack yourself up against an opponent that has some stature to him.
Yeah. So,
all right,
that's all we got time for, folks. White out. Get ready. I want to probably be one of the biggest games of the college football season, and we are ready. We are ready, okay? Yeah. We are ready.
Yeah.
And as always, Stu, I love you.
Yep. Love you, dog.
And remember, ducks of a feather flock together, and we out.